Picture this, an iconic American sport, a legendary European city, and a game that went right down to the wire. This is the story of the day the NFL didn't just play a game in Berlin, but created a historic event between the Indianapolis Colts and the Atlanta Falcons.
That's right. This wasn't just any regular Sunday game. This was the first ever official NFL regular season game played in Berlin. I mean, just imagine it. The Brandenburg Gate in the background, a city steeped in history hosting an American spectacle. This was a huge moment for the NFL's global ambitions.
And Berlin showed up in a big way. The city's historic Olympic Stadium was packed with over 70,000 fans, and the atmosphere was just electric. You could see a sea of jerseys for both teams, proving just how massive the appetite for the NFL is in Germany.
So what made this particular showdown in this historic city so unforgettable? Let's dive into the key details.
Okay, so we've got the Colts versus the Falcons on November 9th, 2025 at the Olympic Stadium in Berlin. But the most important detail here is that last one. First NFL regular season game in Berlin. This wasn't just a game, it was a statement, a strategic move showcasing the league's European ambitions in a hot market like Germany, where the fan base is just exploding.
Every great game has its heroes, right? The players who step up and leave their mark. So who were the players that really defined this Berlin thriller?
For the Colts, the offensive charge was led by their powerhouse running back, Jonathan Taylor. On such a massive international stage, all eyes were on him to see if he could rise to the occasion. And boy, did he deliver. This was a monster performance. We're talking over 120 rushing yards and 2 crucial touchdowns. But it was more than just the stats. It was a personal comeback story. After battling through injury, Taylor had an explosive game, reminding everyone why he's one of the best in the league.
But the ground game wasn't the whole story. For the Colts' passing attack, it was wide receiver Alec Pierce who came up with the play that completely shifted the momentum of the game.
Pierce hauled in a massive 45-yard deep ball for a touchdown. You could feel the entire energy in the stadium change on that one play. It wasn't just 6 points, it was a jolt of electricity that fired up the entire Colts team.
Now, while the offense was making these huge plays, the defense was building a wall. And the leader of that defensive effort for the Colts was linebacker Zaire Franklin.
Franklin was an absolute force. He racked up 10 tackles and made a critical defensive stop when the team needed it most. He was all over the field, a true commander of the defense whose performance was absolutely essential to the Colts' effort.
And that brings us to the most dramatic part of the game. It all came down to the final 15 minutes, where legends are made.
So picture the scene. The Colts are trailing heading into the fourth quarter. The pressure is on. That massive Berlin crowd is on the edge of their seats. This is exactly the kind of drama the NFL loves to showcase to its new audiences.
With the clock ticking down and the game on the line, there was only one question in the air. Who was going to walk out of Berlin with a win? The Falcons, who had the lead, or the Colts, who were mounting this incredible comeback?
And there you have it. The Indianapolis Colts completed the comeback, taking the victory with a final score of 31-25. It was a thrilling win, secured in that final quarter, giving the fans in attendance a finish they would never forget.
So when we look back on this day, what really makes it stand out? Why will this Colts-Falcons game be remembered for years to come?
In the end, this game was like a perfect storm. You had the history of the first ever NFL game in Berlin, the incredible energy of a sold-out European crowd, and a nail-biting comeback victory. It was more than just a great game. It was the perfect advertisement for what the NFL can be on the global stage.
And all of this leads to a much bigger question for the league. This Berlin game was a massive success, but was it a one-off spectacle or a blueprint for the future? With sold-out crowds and thrilling finishes like this one, the NFL might just be on the verge of carving out a permanent place in the hearts of European sports fans. The only question is, what's next?